We're going to start in our normal, comfortable, easy seat here on the mat, just cross-legged. And we're just going to use the first couple of minutes to find some focus for the practice this morning. So just release the muscles away from the sit bones, relax the knees out to the sides of the floor, and just rest your wrists down on top of the knees, sitting up nice and tall through the spine. Pull up out of the pelvis, relax the shoulder blades down to the floor and just tilt the chin a little bit so you've got a nice straight line coming all the way out of the back of the head. And we're just going to use your natural breathing here to just come into your body here on the space. Breathing out, relaxing the knees down into the floor. Feel the sit bones supported by the floor here on the mat. So just use your normal breath in through the nose and out through the nose. So just keep breathing. We are going to start this morning with a small breath retention exercise. So I'm going to use the count of 4. So I'll just explain what we're going to do. If a count of 4 is too much for you, you can do 3 or you can do 2. You don't need to follow me. Work whatever's best for you. So we're going to breathe in over 4 beats. Then we're going to hold the breath at the top for 4 beats. Breathe out for 4 beats and hold it with empty lungs at the bottom for 4 beats. And we're just going to repeat that. So like I said, if 4 is too much for you, you can do 3 or you can do 2. So you can breathe in for 2, hold for 2, out for 2, hold for 2. Okay, so I'm going to count for 4, but feel free to do your own count if 4 is not for you. So we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in for 4. Let's go. So we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, relax. And just return to the natural rhythm of your breath. You should find whatever chatter you had when we first sat down on the mat has eased. There should be some more space between your thoughts now and throughout the rest of the practice. I'd just like you to notice what thoughts creep in. Now we've created a bit of space. Anything that drops in will be really obvious, and it's nice just to pay attention. Some things, sometimes weird and wonderful things drop in that you don't think you were thinking about, or you don't think were on your agenda. So just pay attention this morning to what crops in. So we're just going to take some circles gently over the top of the hips, breathing in, moving forward. Just warm up the spine this morning. Just press out over the feet and press the spine to the back wall. So we're just moving with the breath again, warming up through the spine. Breathing in, shine the heart forward. Breathing out, press the spine to the back wall. Go in your own rhythm. Find a speed that works for you. And we're just going to reverse whichever way you went. Take it the other way. Really press the chest out over the feet. And then press the spine to the back wall, moving out over the legs. You should be able to make the circles bigger as you get warmer. And we're going to reverse the turn the other way again. So take it round the other way. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in as you come forward. Breathe it out as you take it back. So getting bigger as you're warming up. Finding the fluidity in that move in the spine and reverse the circle last time. So take it round. You should be nice and big now. Nice big circle. And then return to your easy seat. And we're just going to sit here in stillness. And you should still be able to feel the motion ongoing through the body. Just notice it. And relax into it. Then I'd just like you to come up to a kneeling position. So just swing the legs round. And you can go facing. I'm just going to show you where I am. We're going to take a little stretch of the feet this morning. So just tuck the toes under and press the weight back. Just open up the toes. We're going to have a little foot stretch here this morning. And we're just going to breathe in, bringing the hands all the way up. Lift the gaze up to the ceiling. And on the out breath, we're going to relax the hands all the way back down to the floor. So we're going to do that again. We're going to do that twice, keeping the toes tucked. We're going to breathe in to come up. So we're using our core. Breathing in to come up. Little back bend, lift the gaze to the ceiling, and then just take it all the way back down to the floor. So your hands might come to the floor. They might come to the knees, wherever's good for you. We're going to take one more. Lift it up. Stretch through the toes and breathing out. Relax it all the way back down. So we're going to walk the hands down to tabletop as well. We're going to stretch the toes the other way. If you've never done this before, this can sometimes not be very pleasant. Okay, so we're just going to uncurl the toes so you're down on the floor. So you're in your tabletop position. You might need to move your knees back a little bit further. And then all we're going to do is lift up on the front of the feet. So breathing in, take it up. And you're going to curl, so the weight is on the tops of the feet. Roll it back down. So you don't need to keep it there for very long. I leave how long you're there for up to you. Let's do a couple of rounds. Let's play with it. So you're lifting the hips. The weight is on the top of the toes, top of the feet. So you're also working your core here as well. Do another 2 rounds for me wherever you are. Just lift it up, curl the toes. And when you're ready, just join me back in your tabletop position. And if you like, we'll just curl the toes under, just press the weight back, stretch them the other way. Oh, that feels nice. Stretch it back out. And just bring it back up to tabletop. We're going to take a couple of rounds cat cow here as well this morning. We're going to do 3 rounds. So we're going to breathe in, lift the heart up, lift the chin, and on the out breath, we're going to tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, press the spine up to the ceiling. Moving through center, lift the gaze, lift the chin, press the hips away. Breathing out, press the spine up to the ceiling, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Last one. Breathing in, lift the gaze, shine the heart forward. And breathing out, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, and then return to your tabletop position. We're going to balance our table here this morning. So I'd like you to just set up in your tabletop so you've got a nice straight line through the arm here, so the shoulder is stacked on top of the wrist, and you've got the same going on in the leg. And when you're ready, I'd just like you to stretch your right leg out behind you, flex the foot so you've got a nice straight line going from the top of the head all the way down to the foot. And when you're comfortable in that balance, you can stay here if you want, guys, or you can lift your left arm off the floor, balancing table. So you've now got 2 points of contact with the floor, your hand and your knee. So really reach out through the fingertips, nice neutral spine, and then relax the hand down to the floor, replacing the foot. So we're going to do the same the other side. So nice deep breath in to prepare, and then take that foot off the floor. Stretch it out to the back. And when you're happy in that balance, we're going to lift the hands up, lift the right hand off the floor, and really stretch. Find the length through the hand, through the foot. Ground down through the standing hand, and then just replace that foot there. Back to your tabletop. We're going to move into lunge now, so I'd like you to take your right leg off the floor again, stretch it out behind one more time, and then we're going to step it through at the top of the mat. So you're in your kneeling lunge here this morning. Okay, so I'd like you to curl your back toes and then lift it up into your lunge. Lovely stuff, guys. We're going to put the balance in here this morning. So I'd like you to walk your feet a little bit further towards the top of the mat, bend into that right knee, and just slowly lift off the left foot off the floor, taking the foot out behind you. This might be plenty for you this morning, but if you would like a little bit more, you can take your hands up to heart center. Lift that leg up behind you, flex the foot, ground down through the corners of the toes, and staying strong in that balance here this morning. If you would like a little bit more, you can, of course, stretch your hands out right in front. So we've got our nice long line shooting all the way down from the fingertips, all the way out to the sole of the foot. If you went there, move the hands back in through heart center and just release the hands down to the floor. And we're just going to move the hands a little bit further, coming into standing forward fold. Keep that leg up. Don't worry about how far you can stretch. It's not about what it looks like, it's about what it feels like. And just relax down into that front leg. Just relax the head down to the floor. And on the next out breath, see if you can bend a little bit further towards that front knee. And then slowly we're going to bend into that front knee, replacing the foot back to your lunge. And have a check on your position here. We're not finished. I'm really sorry, guys. This might be a bit of a leg burn this morning. So just check your lunge position. You're going for a nice straight line in your knee down to your ankle. And we're going to take a twist here. So I'd like you to release your right hand off the floor, take it all the way up to the sky. And breathe. Bend a little bit further into that front knee. Take the gaze all the way around to the fingertips on the right hand. And breathe. We might be staying in these poses a little bit longer than normal as well. And if you need to drop the knee, please feel free, drop the knee. Like I said, child's pose is there for you whenever you want it. But if you are here, we're going to take one more deep breath and relax the hands all the way back down to the floor. Relax the knee, drop the knee on the left foot and curl the toes, and just replace that foot back in your tabletop position. We're going to move back through child's pose. So press the big toes together, take the knees out to the side and press the hips back and through. Relax the forehead down to the floor. And relax. So just melt down into the floor. If you can, walk the fingers a little bit closer to the top of the mat. Then lift the gaze, just walk the hands back into the body, replace the knees, come back into your tabletop position, and let's take the other side. So we've got a balance on a lunge on the other side. So take your left foot out behind you, flex the foot. And we're just going to bring it through to your lunge. So set up, kneel and lunge. And then when you're happy in that position, we're going to tuck the toes, take it up to stand in. Staying strong through that front foot, ground down. And when you're happy, you've got a good stable base. Let's walk the hands forward, taking the weight, bending into that front leg. Take the back toes off the floor, flex the foot. And if you want, this could be as far as you go. And balance here like a tripod. Or you can take your hands up to heart center. Really flex the foot. You're looking for a little micro bend in that front knee. And if you want a bit more, take the hands out as well in front of you. Really stand strong through that standing leg. Wherever you are, pick a spot to balance on. Find the stillness. Don't worry about dropping out. We all drop out of life. What matters is how you get back in. And then relax the hands down to the floor. Bend into your front knee as you lower that right foot down to the floor. Back to your lunge. Again, you can drop the knee if you want. And then we're going to take the twist. So uncurl the toes, take the knee off the floor. You can keep the knee on the floor if you want, guys. And then just release the right foot up to the right foot, right hand, left hand. What's going on this morning? Up to the sky. Staying strong in that twist. And breathe. Just have a check of your knee that it is still facing the same way as your foot. Lovely stuff, everyone, and keep breathing. Work that twist. You might find you can get more in the twist as your muscles relax, as you get warmer. And relax that left hand down to the floor. I'd like you to drop your right knee to the floor. And let's replace that left leg. Back to tabletop, back through child's pose. So press the big toes together. Walk the knees out to the side of the mat and press the hips back and through. Drop the head down to the floor, walk the hands a little bit further up the mat, and just relax. Pay attention to how your hips feel. Maybe they feel a little bit different. Maybe one side is a little bit different to the other side. And relax down into the mat. Notice anything that pops into your brain as well this morning. And just lift the gaze, walk the hands back in. We're going back to our tabletop position. And I'd like you to just press your hips back up and through and curl the toes. We're going to move back to downward facing dog. Press the hips back up and through. First downward dog, feel free to pedal your feet. If you want, work the muscles in the leg. And just let the head hang. We're going to do our normal 3-leg repeats here as we move through our standing sequence. So I'd like you to lift your right leg up to the sky. We're going to bring it through knee to chest. Switch the weight forward to the front of the body. We're going to lift it up one more time. Bring it through knee to chest. And this is your 3rd time and last time. Bring it up. Knee to chest. Hold here for a beat. Press the spine up to the ceiling. And replace that front leg back to lunge. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in. We're going to lift both hands up off the floor through to crescent. Bend a little bit further into that front knee. Slide the shoulders down the back, standing tall. Take a nice deep breath in, breathing out through the nose. Bringing the hands down through heart center, bring the palms together. We're going to take a twist. So you can stay here if the twist is not for you. But we're going to take our left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Pressing the hands together. Take care not to collapse in that arm here. Press the hands together. Follow the gaze up to the ceiling, just over that right armpit. Press and hold. Then we're going to release the twist, taking the arms out in front. We're going to lift back up through to crescent. And then we're going to cartwheel the hands all the way down to the floor. Moving back through our flow. So let's release that right leg back through to plank. We're going to move through plank. So press down towards the floor and curl the toes. Shine the heart forward, cobra. Squeeze the elbows into the sides. Breathing out back down to the floor and curl the toes. Moving through your press up position back through plank. And then press the hips back up and through downward facing dog. And walk the legs. Take a breath. Try to remember to breathe all the way through. It's good. And we're going to go again. So we've got 3 repeats on the left leg this time. So pressing the hips back up and through. We're going to release the left leg off the floor this time. Bring it through knee to chest. Swap the weight to the hands. Lift it up again. This is number 2. Bring it through knee to chest. Number 3. Take it up to the sky. Swing it through. We're going to hold it here for a beat. Press the spine up to the ceiling. Hold, hold, hold. And replace the foot down on the top of the mat. Well done. So when you're comfortable in your lunge position, remember we're going to release the hands off the floor. Both hands are going to sweep up through to crescent. Shine the heart forward. Bend into that front knee. Take a nice deep breath in. Palms facing inwards. Bringing your hands down through heart center, palms together. Press the palms together. Then we're going to twist round to the left side. So taking your right elbow, this time down to the outside corner of the left knee. Press the hands together in prayer position. Take the gaze round just over that left shoulder. Taking care not to collapse the shoulder down. Make sure you've got some space in that left armpit. Press it up. And breathe. Keep breathing. Keep maintaining those nice long in breaths. Nice long out breaths. Moving back through center, release the twist. Take the hands out to the front. Back up to crescent. Lift the gaze up to the ceiling. And then waterfall the hands all the way back down to the floor. Replace that foot back to plank. We're going to press down Up into cobra, squeeze the elbows into the sides. Breathing out, take it down to the floor. Curl the toes, press back up and through. Downward facing dog. And walk the feet. Lovely work this morning, everyone. So I'd just like you to take your left foot up to the sky one more time. We're going to bring it through knee to chest. Step it through into your lunge. And we're just going to walk the hands round through center, switching your feet so they're both facing the same direction. So we're in a forward fold. Feel free to modify how you're standing, everyone, so you can see. I don't really mind how you move around to get into it. And just relax your head down, stretching out the back of the legs. And relax. Standing forward fold. I'm going to take a good look at you all here now. If this is more comfortable for you with a slightly bent knee, go for that. So just bend the knees if that's more comfortable for you. And we're also going to take a twist here as well. So I'd like you to take your right hand off the floor and just reach over to the left leg. So you can either take hold of it at the ankle, just below the knee, or anywhere between the knee and the ankle. And just relax the head down towards the floor. So we're taking a twist here as well. And relax that hand, move it back through center. We're going to take the other side. So you're going to take your left hand off the floor, reach it through, taking hold of the right foot, or just above the ankle or just below the knee, wherever feels good for you. So you're opening out the shoulder and you're opening out the back of the leg, and just relax into it there. And breathe. Then just replace both hands back to center. I'd like you to take your hands to your hips. We're going to use the core muscles now, and we're going to come up. We're going to lift all the way up to standing. Hands on hips, use the core. Breathing in, and then we're going to lower all the way back down. We're going back down again. So breathing out, take it all the way back down. And relax the head. We're going to do 2 more, okay? So hands on your hips. We're going to lift the gaze up. Use the core muscles to bring it up. Breathing out, take it down, all the way down. Relax the head down into the floor. We're going to do 1 more. So lift the gaze, moving up. Follow the hands all the way up and through. Reach for the ceiling. Bring the hands together. We're going to bring the hands down through heart center. And I'd like you to just bend your knees into a little squat here. Okay, so you might need to adjust your legs. You might need to take them a little bit wider. We're just going to stay here. If you need to stand up and drop back in, again, absolutely fine. You do what feels good for you. Taking the hands up and through. Lift the body. Bring the hands back through center. We're going to sit back down into it 1 more time. Keep breathing. 1 more time, move the hands all the way up and through. And this time, when you bring the hands back through heart center, I'd just like you to heel toe the feet all the way back in. So you're back in your standing position. And let's just take a little rock in your standing position. So I'd like you to move the weight between the balls of the feet and the heels. Just rock. Keep the hands pressed together. And just relax the hands down to the sides. Roll the shoulders back. And then I'd like you to cross your ankles over at the bottom. We're going to take it down to the floor. Standing sequence finished, everyone. Well done. So just take it down to your comfortable seated position. We're going to take a couple of stretches here. So we're going to stay with twists. So this is lots of work in your core today, ladies. So let's breathe it in. Take the hands all the way up to the sky. Slide the shoulders down the back. Find the length, pull up and out of your pelvis before we breathe out. And we're going to twist over to the right hand side. So just take your left hand over to your right knee. Take the back hand round to the back and just follow the gaze round to the right shoulder as far as you can. Sitting up nice and tall, that's lovely. If you like, you can apply a little bit of light pressure on that left hand as well. See if you can get a little bit more out of the twist. And then release the twist, just move slowly back through center. We're going to take the other side, so bring the arms up first, breathing in to come up. Pull up out of the spine, get the length, and breathing out, take it over to the other side. So your right hand is coming to your left knee, taking the gaze all the way around to the back of the room. So your left hand is going just towards the back of the room, sitting up nice and tall in that twist. And breathe. If you like, apply a little bit of light pressure through that right hand. See if you can get a little bit more in the twist. And relax it back through to center. So just release the feet out in front of you as well. You might need to adjust your glutes to get your sit bones connected with the floor. One of my favorite moves, that is. Not very ladylike, but there we go. Just make it sitting on the floor much more comfortable. And just roll the shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. We're going to take a forward fold here. So bring the hands up and through again. Find the length. Slide the shoulders down the back. And on the out breath, just fold over the front of the leg. So you don't need straight legs for this. You can do this with a little bend in the knee. And just relax the head down towards the floor. And with every out breath, see if you can find more in that forward fold. See if you can relax further down into the floor. See if you can relax the chest a little bit further down onto the top of the legs. And again, if you want a bit more, you can take hold of the big toes, because I know some of you can do it. And see if you can get your elbows on the floor. Big toes are fine, Joanne. You go for the big toes. And just relax. Remember, you don't need absolutely flat legs on the floor. A little bend in the knee is absolutely fine here. Let's look after our knees. And relax. And just walk the hands back up the front of the legs. We're going to swing the feet round to the side. Well, I'm going to swing my feet round. You guys might not need to. And we're just going to come into a bridge pose on the floor. So just lower the vertebra back down onto the floor. You might like to release the shoulder blades as well. So lift your lower back off the floor and just pretend you're tucking them into pockets in your lower back. So our feet are flat on the floor. And we're going to press down through the feet to lift the pelvis off the floor. So when you're ready, I'd like you to breathe in to prepare and then just lift, press down through the feet. Now this might be as far as you want to go today. Press the pelvis up to the sky, keep the palms on the floor. If you would like a little bit more in this back bend, feel free to clasp your hands behind your back and walk the shoulder blades together. That will get you more lift. So just pick the option that's right for you this morning. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And keep pressing. Press down through the feet. Press the hips up to the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades together if that's where you are. Then release the hands to the side of the body, and I'd like you to slowly lower the back down to the floor. Vertebra by vertebra, take the pelvis last. So just lower it down and curl back to the floor. Pelvis goes last. And relax. So I'd like you to take your hands out as if they're in a T position. Keep your knees pointed up towards the sky. We're going to take a final twist either side on the floor. So I'd like you to put your right leg down on the floor. Take hold of your left knee. You might need to look up to do this. Take hold of your left knee with your right hand. And we're just going to twist it over the right side of the body. So your twist is there this morning. And you can use your right hand to add a little bit of weight on that left knee. Can you see what I've done, Joe? So your left knee is pointing to the sky, your right hand, and you're going to drop it over to the right side of the body. So your right foot is flat, straight out in a line. And just use a bit of weight again through that right hand to get a nice twist. And relax the shoulder blades down into the floor. You might find the twist is harder this way. So whatever expectations you had about twists, if this is different, don't be hard on yourself. It is different this way round. And we're just going to do the other side. So slowly roll the left foot back. Lift the right knee up. So right knee flat on the floor. Relax the left leg down. We're going to take hold of your left knee, your right knee this time with the left hand. And just pull that right knee over the left side of the body. So drop it over to the other side. You might find you can't go as far this way. This is absolutely fine. So your right hand is still out on the floor, palms facing upwards. And just feel the spinal twist this way. It does feel different this way. Release that leg, bring the feet back through to center. We're going to bring them up, knees to chest, give them a little hug and a little rock. Massage the muscles in the back, massage the spine. Just have a little rock back and forth. And just give your knees a little hug as well. Bit of self-love this morning. And then let's relax one foot down to the floor. Relax the other foot down to the floor. And relax the hands out to the sides of the body, palms facing upwards. To this, your final resting pose. Well done, everyone. You got through it this morning. So let's just relax the feet out to the sides of the mat. Relax the hands out. You might like to close your eyes here as well and just return wherever you are to the natural rhythm of your breathing here on the mat. And relax. With every out breath, I'd like you to relax further down into the floor. Breathing in the air, send it out to the corners of the body. On that in-breath, send it down right to the corners of the toes, to the corners of the fingers. And when you breathe it out, empty it all the way out from the toes, all the way out through your nose. And as you breathe out, I'd like you to imagine melting further down into the floor. So breathing in to nourish the body, send the air to the corners. Breathing out, melt further down into the floor. And I'd like you to imagine this morning you're standing at the foot of some steps. Really bring them to life. Are they concrete steps? Are your steps wooden? Maybe they're stone. They're stretching down in front of you. And I'd like you to move down those steps. We're going to take one step at a time, and I'm going to count backwards from 10. So we're going to start on number 10. So really imagine the steps. We're going to take a step down, 9. With every countdown, we're going to take another step, 8, 7, 6. The further we get down, the darker it gets. 5. Take another step, 4. 3, 2, 1. And very slowly, I'd just like you to return gently to the physical sensation of the body. Bring yourself back to your physical self here on the mat. Just wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Rub your fingers on the palms of the hands. Waking up the body, return into the senses. Feel yourself here on the mat. Feel the ground beneath you supporting you. And in your own time, just roll over, bring it back up to your seated position. Take as long as you like to get back into that. Just bring the body round with a nice, you should have a nice clear head now, hopefully. And just relax the hands down on top of the knees. And relax the shoulders down to the floor. And I'd like you to think of a word for how you're feeling right now, whatever it is, the first one that springs to mind. And just breathe it in. On the next in-breath, breathe it in, whatever that word is. Then I'd like you to reach your hands up and through. Take another in-breath. Imagine that word is above you, just above your head. Right now, we're going to reach for it, grab it, and bring it down, pull it down through the body to take with you throughout the whole rest of the day. However you feel right now, whatever your word is, cherish it, take it with you. That's exactly how you felt. And if you need to remember it a little bit later on today, just imagine it. Imagine yourself back here reaching for that word. Thank you very much for practicing with me this morning, everyone. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, if you've got any questions or anything you have to ask me today, please let me know. But otherwise, have a lovely day, everyone.
Thanks, Cath. That was great.
Thank you.
No sleepers, I hope, today.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.